It's the same sensation, but now on Fridays.
Sorry, I was carefully crafting a text that's
Did you nail it?
I think so. There's no harm in me reading this on the air. I'm telling some friends who have got plans later. I may swing by the Sporto later. That's the Sportsman's. May swing by Sporto for a minute right after work. 11-day power play thing, and my barber, whose real name is Oral Roberts, sings in a reggae band with Marty Peters. Yeah, I think I nailed that. That's everything. Seriously, the dude's name is Oral Roberts.
Which I love. You have to love that.
He is my barber, and he also, I helped him, I sort of was a conduit to him meeting this Marty Peters, who's a regular at the Sporto and a lot of other places. Oral was looking to put a reggae band together a few years ago, and I helped connect him with Marty. Anyway, there's a fundraiser for the 11-day power play tonight at the Sportsman's Tavern on Amherst Street in Black Rock.
And you will be there.
I am going to head there from here, yes.
Well, it's not time to leave yet.
No.
It's time for Reverse AFC Power Rankings powered by Empire Electric.
Steelers!
Your residential neighborhood electrician. Visit EmpireElectricians.com.
Sorry, I'm really in a hurry to get to the Sportsman's. No, I'm kidding.
This is going to take the usual amount of time.
Yes, that's how it works. Yeah.
No matter what you say. 16. I'm tempted to say the Colts. I'm just so sad for the Colts, really. That's really not how I feel, but what a bummer it would be.
Let's put the Colts here.
Okay.
I'm all right putting the Colts here. They don't have to be any better, if not even significantly worse than the Steelers.
Well, there is the Browns, though.
No.
But
yeah.
The Colts and the Browns could both be in the mix for the next year's quarterback class.
Yeah.
In fact, I would think they would be.
The Steelers should be, too.
And the Steelers, too.
Somebody's got to help them find religion, by God.
I think the way I do this, the Steelers are always a team that I want to put at the top, which means, as terrible, because, like talking to Andrew last time, same thing. What's the point of 9 wins? What are you getting out of that? And the thing you can't know is, you don't know that they'll lose in the playoffs. You are playing to win, and that they've been in the playoffs. You don't know that they will lose. That's right. They have lost badly to teams that they're not, they're overmatched by. Bills, Chiefs, Ravens in that game for kind of years running now. So I'm not looking for necessarily the worst team. I'd rather be other teams than a team like that.
Teams that know they're bad.
Teams that know they're bad and
act like
are, just going to play it out.
Yeah.
And that's Indianapolis, I think, with Daniel Jones, is going to be like Pittsburgh, where in the AFC South, where they'll win 6 or 7 and draft 9th and, Congarts, right? That's not ideal.
No.
I'm not sure they can be much better than that without a lot of luck.
I'm all right with them at 16.
Okay.
Just to just keep. We need clicks. You keep it fresh. Can't be the same thing. Zach's going to send the tweet out. We got to change it up.
Colts fans are going to be irate, though.
All of them.
Oh, furious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Mel Kiper approach with the mock drafts. Just never make sure they're never the same. Got to do something. You got to make something worth talking about. There it is. You're right in the room with us now. Behind the curtain. 15. Cleveland.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Sounding like Flacco so far.
I hope that goes terribly. I was going to say I hope that goes well. I don't. I hope it goes really, really, really badly.
You want them to beat Cincinnati in week 1, though, you said.
Oh, that's right.
And then they play Baltimore.
I got to.
Hey, we did.
Go, Flacco.
We did New England's schedule yesterday. Here's Cleveland's start: Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota.
Oh, good Lord.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's really something.
That's the Giants too, right? But the Giants have the league's hardest schedule.
Yeah.
And when do they put in their rookie? And that can be said of Cleveland as well.
Yeah.
Bills at Browns in week 16, by the way. They'll be to a rookie by then.
That is a tough start. Yeah.
14.
I'll go Pittsburgh here.
Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh.
I do. I think I hope our audience knows if they've ever thought about it. I love Andrew. He started here as a kid out of college. He was the one who walked in on President's Day one year and said we should draft presidents, and that spawned a whole cottage industry of us drafting things. So I really think highly of him. Professionally and personally, I like him a lot too.
Yeah.
I hope Pittsburgh, I hope they never figure it out. They've had so much for so long. I mean, the baseball team's been a horror show for a long time now, since the 90s.
They've had their years, though.
Right? But the Penguins, the Steelers, settle in. All right? Like, they've not blown it up yet with Crosby. They've missed now 3 years in a row, is it?
Yes.
I don't think that's going to get any better anytime soon. So they could be embarking on a hike here that could take a while. They have to send for help. And the Steelers have never been really, really bad. But
no.
I'll settle for them just being, a little better than the drought Bills. The playoff drought Bills. Thanks for coming. You're not going to win anything, but, you do get a door prize.
In the hunt.
I just hope that keeps going for, I don't know, give me 10 years. Give me 10 years.
10 years feels good.
We looked it up the other day. Their worst record in 50 years is 5-11. One time.
See, and that's got to stop. Like that has to be broken. That has to be broken.
I'm totally here for it.
This is no shot on Andrew either, but every time he's on the station, I may have a moment where I'm like, it's still Pittsburgh sports. Like, they'll figure it out. He talks, I'm like, they may not. Like, I always feel way worse about Pittsburgh sports when I hear them.
13. Jets.
Sure. Yep. Just not expecting the any kind of ceiling from Justin Fields. And I mean, the whole thing is starting over. I don't know that they're expecting much of a ceiling. I mean, they signed him, but that feels like placeholder. Let's win 4 games and, get our guy next year.
The Bills will see him in week 2. They open with Pittsburgh at home, which would be fun if Rodgers is actually going to play for the Steelers at the Jets in week 1. 12.
Tennessee.
Okay.
This is quite a run for them.
I mean, from first overall to 5th worst in the reverse AFC power rankings.
They should be proud. Notify their fans.
I'm hearing more than I'm not about Cam Ward that he's promising. Not based on practices, just like I've heard maybe 70-30. Mm-hmm. Maybe it started as, well, he's not on the level of last year's guys. Like, that's how you walked into the Cam Ward conversation. Your first time hearing about him was he's not great for a first overall pick. But more and more people sound like they can buy the idea of Cam Ward.
This should be a good time of the year for him. Not based at all on how he's throwing the ball to Treylon Burks. By the way, did you see Treylon Burks?
Mm-hmm. Looks big.
That ballooned a little. This is a Kelvin Benjamin thing happening there. Like, I don't know. Anyway, what I mean by that is Ward, even coming into the draft, was not at all hard to buy as a guy who was going to do all the right things and say all the right things and just check all the intangible boxes. Coach's dream, good on the whiteboard, like understands it all, just really good mind for the position. And at this time of the year, you got a guy like that and knows how to say the right thing when he's asked to talk. I think it's not surprising to hear that people are sort of getting elevated opinions of him at this time of the year. That's not saying like he won't produce on the field, but it's just a good time of the year for a guy that reads like him on paper.
You know who is getting high praise so far is Milroe in Seattle.
Oh, what do you know?
Coach had a couple of sentences about how spectacular he was as a runner in their practice, and just everything about him is aces, I guess, when it comes to
all the stuff I just said about Ward,
like that, yeah.
absolutely with Milroe. Yeah. The question was, just erratic with the ball when he throws. So maybe you can fix that.
I'm dabbling in Jalen Milroe in best ball.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
I mean, it's a 0 for at least half the season, right?
Sure.
But if I can drag that team to the playoffs and he goes in, their fantasy playoff games are against Indianapolis at home, the Rams, and Carolina. If I get Jalen Milroe on the field for those 3 games, maybe.
How bad or good is their offensive line supposed to be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard great.
Okay. Because Darnold, I think, needs a lot of help.
Yeah, right.
Right. So if that's a way that could go badly pretty quickly. And I don't know, that could be good. It might be good for your fantasy team. It might be bad if they got to put Milroe in too soon. I think you draft that guy where you drafted him, hoping to really redshirt at least a year, maybe more, just to really go to the lab with him and work on all the mechanics. But Darnold, if he doesn't get protected, that could go sideways real fast.
11.
Dolphins? Where are some teams? Yeah. I think I need the Dolphins here.
Okay. 10.
Raiders.
Jacksonville.
Raiders.
I'm excited about the Raiders. I will be looking for, as we speak, more than 3 months away. I believe it's exactly 100 days away from the first Sunday of the NFL season.
Right.
I will be looking for, pressure's on you already, Channel 4, you heard it here first, Raiders Patriots week 1, 1 o'clock, CBS. The Bills are at night. Let's find that game. There might be a better one. Not here to compare right now. I don't want to watch, certain teams. Raiders Patriots. Oh, Pittsburgh and the Jets would be the game, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'll be Nance and Romo. Why don't we do that? Let's assign broadcast crews to week 1 games. Nance and Romo, Pittsburgh at the Jets.
Do you want to do that right now?
No,
in
we
lieu
can't
of the
do that
rest
now.
of reverse AFC power rankings?
We've never failed to complete reverse AFC power rankings.
We can't have that. No.
But I would like to sort of play that out. 9, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
What's the hesitation here for?
Because I ever since I heard the kind of wacky coach talking about the offense running through Brian Thomas Jr. and they traded for Travis Hunter, I think, okay, maybe that's really going to work. And I'm not the fantasy guy, but I'm seduced by 3 talented players. I'm counting the quarterback.
You're not even counting Bashal Tootin, who's the running back I wanted for the Bills.
I think I feel good about them because of that. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably over.
It's still Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Okay. 8.
Chargers.
Houston.
Houston, yeah. 7.
I'm going to say Chargers.
I'm going to say New England.
We didn't say New England yet.
We have not said New England yet.
I forgot about New England.
That's the Stephon Diggs boat bump. New England.
A playoff seed here, New England. Well, that's what we talked about earlier with Sam. I made that bet. Plus 155, New England to make the playoffs. 6. Chargers.
Sure, yeah. I can't believe I forgot about New England.
Speaking of the betting lines, the Chargers have, I never know how to say it. It's the word I think is shorter odds, like more of a favorite to make the playoffs than Denver is. Not by much, but I was curious to see that this morning when I looked at everybody's numbers. The market's giving the Chargers, they give the Chargers the nod here over the Broncos on this list, which of course means they'd be below because it's reverse. 5.
Huh?
Denver.
Sure. Yep.
4.
Cincinnati.
On a tier of its own, I think.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Chiefs.
Also from the betting odds, the Chiefs are the third choice in the AFC to win the Super Bowl, which, you might think is interesting. Other years, well, it's kind of gone back and forth, but it's not by much either, but right now, the Bills and Ravens, it's the Ravens up top. It probably varies book to book, is all very close. But the Chiefs at BetMGM this morning were third of the 3. 2.
I'm going to say Ravens.
Okay. Me too, fine. Bills 1.
I like this Elijah Moore. I don't know. I'm just looking for side. I like talking to Sal about Elijah Moore this week. And maybe that could be really good.
Elijah Moore or DeAndre Hopkins?
Where's Hopkins again?
Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the Bills don't have a need for DeAndre Hopkins. The Ravens might.
Yeah.
Just another underneath, probably at this point, slower possession guy. The Bills don't have a need for that. Like, Baltimore might.
They're not, are they? What is there? It's Flowers. You've got the tight ends. Is Bateman? Yeah, okay.
Bateman came on. Like, he had a touchdown in the Bills game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So did Likely, maybe, right? In that game? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, then I think from if you're picking fantasy production, I feel like Hopkins is a safer pick than Moore.
But Hopkins is not a great pick.
No.
I mean, he is like a last-round pick in drafts, very late. Because, I mean, also that's tilted toward the late season stuff, that format, necessarily. But still, like, what are we expecting from DeAndre Hopkins in Baltimore? 600 yards, maybe?
Yeah.
5-6 touchdowns.
I think if I were in a fantasy draft right now, which
you're not?
Thank Christ I'm not. I think I would, and I would face with this dilemma. So my last pick, I think I would. I'm a Bills fan. I would take Elijah Moore because what am I? It's like Survivor. I'm trying to beat you. I'm gonna do this and hope that smashes in a way that nobody saw coming. Like Hopkins, I think the ceiling for Hopkins is what you just said, and I'm not super bullish on Moore smashing that, but I think there's more of a chance that he could go off than Hopkins would. I guess if that makes sense.
ADP,
it's a better long shot, I guess, is all I'm saying.
Underdog ADP, Elijah Moore, 215, which I think might be like the very last pick of the draft, right at the very bottom. Yeah, you're doing that based on, like, who's your quarterback. You're trying to find an extra receiver on whoever your quarterback is. So if you have Allen, sure.
Or Lamar.
For Hopkins?
For Hopkins, sure, right. Although he's not the last pick, is he?
No, his ADP is 178, so 3 rounds earlier, round 15, maybe. Paul Hamilton next. Jarmo Kekalainen, new to the Sabres front office.